time to go beyond Plus Ultra for more Boku no Hero Academia reviews.
I feel like we're going beyond plus anus face here is what's happening. I think that's the real thing that's happening here.
That scene was hilarious.
I
I
mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think the joke would last that long. I feel like it just slightly might have overstayed its welcome. Just slightly.
But when they ran out and still had it, I gave an audible snort of laughter.
Yeah, but I think like after they stand in line, it should have gone away.
Yeah.
It took like halfway into that conversation before it finally flipped back. I'm like, I think it overstayed its welcome just a little bit too long. Also, what do I feel like that means that somebody has super strength and it's not a quirk somehow?
Does she have, like, super technological speed? Because I couldn't.
No, she's got like it's her eyes that are the quirk. I forget what it is exactly, but it's got to do with her eyes.
Oh. How she can, like, vision faster than most people?
Something like that. What was her name again?
Uh,
Let me pull up her name.
Hatsumi.
Hatsume. Hold on. Let me pull up that thing. Let's see. Mei Hatsume. What is her quirk again? Her quirk is zoom. She can zoom in her vision.
Ah, okay.
In fact, she can see things up to apparently 5 kilometers away.
Ooh. I forgot about that.
I don't think that's ever mentioned in like the main series. I think that's extra content that it's listed, or maybe like the in between pages. Maybe
Ah.
it mentions that, or maybe
No.
when we first saw her, it mentioned it when they're listing out what the quirk is.
No, I am going to the fandom page on Zoom, and she's looking at the announcers in the top of the stadium. So
I'm seeing that, but it's also that I mean that also doesn't tell us it's 5 kilometers away.
Mm.
I'm not saying that they didn't tell us what the quirk was. I'm not sure if they told us like all the specifics of it.
I thought you were saying it wasn't seen in the show proper.
No. I'm
Ah.
saying that I don't know if they gave us the exact description of it.
Okay, I see now.
So yeah, she can see tiny things. I guess she basically could have a microscope at that point. I would think no
Mm.
in her eyeball.
Maybe.
Would that
But
work?
but then how can she create things so fast?
She's just smart.
So everybody is seeming to forgive Yuga, except for Bakugo, who wants to give him like 5 howitzer punches.
I mean, I feel like that's Bakugo's way of making it even. So he's willing to forgive. He's just got to take the hits. That's all.
Creaty is saying, hey, All for One doesn't know you were in.
Kind of just rehashing at the very end of the last episode of like, oh, we can work with this. They can make this a plan or something.
Mm-hmm. Eraserhead says like, hey, I won't expel you.
So here's the question: was Eraserhead just constantly there the entire time, like listening in?
Yes, and then I guess he's like, I gotta show myself in this
Well,
case.
like he calls in, right? He video calls in. Then I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wait, hold on. Where was he listening to this? Because he's video calling now.
Is he still recovering from having his leg sliced off?
I mean, he seems like he's still in a hospital bed, so I'm leaning toward yes.
So he's calling in from the hospital.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how was he listening to this conversation in the first place?
They probably gave him some sort of laptop or something to have a video call on.
No, I mean the conversation before he calls in. How does he
Oh,
hear everything?
oh,
That's my question.
hmm. Maybe he was brought up to speed by All Might?
In the 3 seconds that they're having this conversation right here and now?
Oh, no. In that sense, he was there from the beginning of the scene with audio only.
Interesting, except that we're seeing like a phone call thing happening. Unless, oh wait, no, hold on, maybe not. I'm looking at this again now, and it looks like there's like some kind of chat thing going on in the background on the screen before Eraserhead shows up. So I don't know what the fuck's happening, and
So
who the hell's listening into this besides him.
so maybe he's just there listening in, and then he's like, okay, now I gotta reveal the camera, and so I can make my presence more known rather than just me listening
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
do have something to say now.
So yeah. I'm looking at this right, and it looks almost like it's some kind of chat room right before he shows up, with like stuff off on the side. Like I don't know what to call it. Like it's not. I don't think it's quite Skype. It's got to be some kind of service like that, though.
The
From what I'm
only
seeing,
one I know from Japan is Line.
maybe that's what this is, or something akin to that.
So,
I'm not sure what the layout for Line is, though, to really
so
get the idea.
knowing
Like,
how
here, hold on.
these anime love to use similar sounding things, maybe it's Lime
I
or
mean, if it is, they're not showing that. All it says on here is meeting.
mm,
Here, hold on. I'm giving you a screenshot of the scene.
that's definitely not anything akin to Line.
Yeah, see, like it says meeting, it says chat. It's a little bit too blurry for me to read some of this stuff, and it looks like it might be in katakana or something,
Mm,
or kanji. Some of it I can't tell, partly because it's blurry.
mm.
But like immediately after like you get that shot, Aizawa starts calling in. And it's like, audio only, and then he turns the camera on. So I'm guessing that the audio must have been playing through that too, then?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Must be. It's just strange that they're doing that, because that makes me wonder who the hell else is listening in too, because it's not just him in there. It looks like there's quite a few people, like at least, what, 8 on that sidebar? 1, 2, 3, no, like 6. 6 on that sidebar. Assuming that's it. If not, then there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people in that chat room.
Dude, you're taking this one detail and you're just going, what the hell?
You're right, I am, because I'm very curious what that means, because any one of those could be a fucking spy.
Interesting point.
We're dealing with a spy already. What's to say any one of those 5 other people isn't another spy?
So he does have a plan, but it isn't revealed.
No, of course not. Everyone get out the fucking room. Let the big boys talk.
Deku and Ingenium are saying, hey, our gear's broken. We need to go see Hatsune for her to fix it.
Clearly, there's only one person who could handle this. And it's the girl with boobs and explosions.
Who makes herself known by those two things within the first 30 seconds of her showing back up.
And shockingly enough, Danger Sense didn't trigger at all for this.
Why not?
Because it's not dangerous? They aren't big enough to suffocate him.
I meant the explosion.
Apparently, according to Midori, he must be tired. Either that, or maybe perhaps the other users are like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Let's let this happen and let us laugh at it.
Oh, there's an explosion. He'll be fine.
He doesn't need to know about this one.
She doesn't seem to fully understand the situation that they're going through, but it's later revealed that she is aware, but not to the fullest extent of it.
She's kind of absorbed in her own project at this point with the school's defense and evacuation.
Which kind of, and I forget if this was initially her character because it's been a while since she showed up, but was she airheady at all?
She's single-minded, yes.
Okay.
I do want to say one other thing. As I was looking at the plans she was coming up with, I'm like, oh, So are the Ava Angels coming? Because this feels like Ava Angel level bullshit for an escape that I'm seeing here.
And because like one of the pictures that was going to be the title card was her with like the blankest stare with like a bunch of question marks behind her.
I'm very confused about everything right now.
So what's going on? And Deku says like, hey, here, my gauntlets need fixing, and she just runs away saying, nope, it's impossible, I can't do it.
Can't do it. Well, he does mention that it was like experimental shit from overseas,
Mhm.
so, you know,
And
can't get that shit here,
Jenny,
especially now.
is saying like, hey, can you fix my armor? And
Don't have your measurements. Nope.
she runs off at even more ludicrously fast speeds.
But then you got like two others, I guess, that are in her class. They're like, we'll take care of it. We're in the same class. We'll get you suited. And then what? Like 5 minutes later, she's just throwing shit at their faces.
Yes, and they're saying, but we didn't have a chance to get your measurements yet.
So one, what would be hilarious if Igenium's armor was just slightly too small. Two, they both have their faces just imploded by like her tossing them their armor and their
Yes.
gear. And it makes me wonder how strong Hatsume actually is. That this is the result. So she does mention that her version of Midoriya's gauntlets are not quite as strong because she does not have the same material used in the originals. So I feel like that'll be a plot point at some point in the future of
But
like they're going to fail to
but the
some degree.
but they do have gloves attached
She
rather
did
than just
attach the
gauntlets.
gloves. Yes. You know, the gloves that allow him for the little flicky vacuum waves that he was using back when oh, I'm blanking on his name. The fucking like gentleman thief was around.
I believe his name is Gentle.
Yeah, that was it. That's the one. So yeah, that was a thing there. So I'm guessing that those gloves are now attached to those gauntlets that he had to protect his arms.
Was Labrava his sidekick? Like
I think that was her name.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
think
okay.
so. So yeah, definitely a face implosion that sticks around for a little bit longer than I'd like. Also, I feel like someone needs to fix the glasses. I'm more shocked those bounce back than anything else.
Well, since he's moving at rocket
Also,
speeds.
second question: how can they see where they're going?
Oh my god.
I don't know how they see where they're going.
With
Like,
imploded
is Midoriya just
faces.
using danger sense to make sure he doesn't walk into a wall?
Maybe? Gideon, we need to take a left here.
Or is he like using his like fucking memorization of just where the hallways are to figure out where he's going? Maybe.
He's using Black Whip to peel around him.
Yeah, right. That's how he's figuring out how he gets the fuck out the door.
And maybe since Ingenium is moving at like rocket speeds, maybe he had like special glasses to withstand like impact and like high G's.
I mean, I don't think that means it turns into a fucking like spring-loaded set of glasses, though.
Fair point.
Oh, either way, their faces go back to normal. Actually, you know what? I think this is the funniest part. We don't see Ingenium's face go back to normal.
That's right.
We see Deku's face plop back into place, but we cut away from that, and Ingenium's face is back to normal at that point.
After like the seriousness of last episode, granted it had the unintentional hilarious moment of Invisible Girl flashing everybody. Like,
Literally everyone got to see, except for maybe Midoriya. He got a little bit of ass, but that's about it.
yeah, but besides Toru flashing everybody, last episode was pretty serious. It's good to have like just wacky shenanigan comedy here.
Even though, you know, we're getting down to like the second half is a bit more serious.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, actually we get to see Nejire, who's apparently had a haircut. I don't remember if that was something that was brought up before in like prior season
And
because she's got short hair now rather than the big long thing.
it seems like Hawks did not grow back his wings like we were talking about 2 or 3
Yeah, we
episodes
weren't
ago.
sure at the start whether he did or didn't. But yeah, we're back at a meeting place for this shit. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't look like Hawks quite has his wings back. There's still like little tiny baby like sparrow wings right now.
He should drink a Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings.
Anyway, Ragdoll, that's her name, right? That's the
Yes.
right one. All
Yes.
right. She's apparently here. Uh to try and help out with understanding how search works, I assume. Or to maybe help narrow down how it's being used.
Hmm.
But she's here along with, I guess, some of the police, All Might, Hawks, and is there anyone else here that really has like a name we know about? I don't think so. Oh, some of the guys that were in
Star's
Star
group.
Stripe Squad, yeah. So they're here to talk about basically our plan is to keep all of the villains separated. That's really all this comes down to. It is I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is way too long of a scene for just what they're trying to say.
Yeah, because this basically took up almost the entire second half of the episode.
Yeah. Like I get the explanation to be like, look, if he's this strong, all for one on his own is also super strong. We need to keep them separated. We need to keep literally all of them separated. That's literally all you needed to say. Because we can't have them working together. Otherwise, there's no way we can win. And congratulations, that's like the second half of this entire thing.
And I think they said 10 kilometers between Shiggy for one and Original for one.
Yeah, bare minimum is 10 kilometers.
So
Because
does
they don't know how far of a distance they need to communicate and how exact their communication is.
so do you think in the future episodes we're going to jump between multiple battles since they're all really happening simultaneously? Or do
That'll
you
probably
think,
be the same way that we did the prior season when it was between the hospital and the actual base camp.
but what happens when you're having, um, Original all for one, Shiggy for one, Dobby, um, oh crap, Blood Girl, I'm blanking.
Toga.
Thank you. Her and I don't know if there's any other major villain left. So will we bounce
Well,
between?
there's Spinner and whatever his group is doing.
Okay.
I don't know what Spinner's whole deal is besides getting a big group together to probably cause more chaos, unless there's some bigger plan to do with that group that I am not sure of.
So are we going to be bouncing between 6 fights?
I think it's closer to 5,
Okay.
but we might be. I don't know about Spinner. Spinner might be a whole other situation that happens prior to this. Who knows? Since his is just a fucking mess, to put the best term on it,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
just a bunch of random people from what I can gather. Also, the next question is, what about Stain? Because he's still around.
He doesn't seem like he wants to kill All Might anymore.
He never wanted to kill All Might. All Might's what he wanted all the other heroes to be. He
Oh.
killed the people that didn't meet that standard.
Oh, okay, okay. That's right.
So the question is something going to happen with him? Because I feel like that's going to be the case here. I feel like he's going to play some role in the future. I just don't know what it is yet.
I am still, and I'm not too sure if I said this at the end of the last one or after we cut and we're just talking amongst ourselves, bantering and stuff, but I still feel like there will be separate battles between Shiggy for one and Original All for one, and they will take up like their own part of the manga, whether it's like everybody rallying around fighting All for One or Shigaraki, and then like okay, one's gone, the other will be like enraged or something like that, and then there will have to go after the other target.
I still say something's going to happen that's going to force Shiggy and All for One to kind of be together by the end.
Mm,
I still think it's going to be some form of like one's going to eat the other in some way, shape, or form.
okay. Oh, and I should have said this at the beginning of the episode. I did see that. I'm not too sure if it was changed or if this was initially planned this way. We are not having 25 episodes. We are having 21.
I think you did say that at the first episode of this, yeah.
Oh,
I remember having an episode discussion about the count.
okay, okay.
But
But
I don't
I
remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, but I think at the beginning I was hearing 25, but I think it was like Monday of no, it was Tuesday of last week, like the day after we recorded, I found out it was 21 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So the Memories was unofficially part of season 7.
Okay. So the final like few minutes of this are Aizawa having a pep talk with Yuga, being
Mhm.
all like, "Yo, man, you can't be afraid. Your buddies will have your back, and I'll have your back. I'm the homeroom teacher and all this shit, right, yo? I'm the cool one. See, I got an eye patch and I'm gonna have a peg leg. I'm gonna get pirates soon.
Hey, and I won't expel you. But I'm not too sure what will happen
I
after
won't
the
expel you,
fight.
but I'll make you walk the plank. Arg! I'm gonna get me a parrot." The sad part is, like, with the way Aizawa looks right now, he could pull off a pirate outfit. He could get a
Totally.
whole new hero persona. Captain Eraserhead, that's my name.
And who was the one guy with fat gum that didn't want to be unmasked?
I don't Oh, Sun Eater. The dude who's just like embarrassed to be in the spotlight constantly.
Oh, okay. Okay,
He's the
because
guy that eats food and then he gets like the animal like
power,
yeah, whatever
ability.
the animal power might be. It could be wings, it could be like legs. He
Okay.
gets aspects of the animal he eats. One last little tidbit, Yuga has nothing installed in him as far as we can tell other than just the seeds of fear, quote unquote.
And I know I may have mentioned this last time the character showed up, but did that doctor remind you of Yoshi?
I believe this is exactly what you said the last time. And I don't think Yoshi, but it's something similar. Like, I think Mario has a dinosaur similar to that as an enemy or something.
Hmm. And it seems that on the next episode, we'll deal with some of the villains as they start to enact their plan.
Well, I'm more curious because we get to see fucking Brain Boy. I want to know what he's about. Mr. Brainwasher.
Yes.
I want to know what he's up to.
And his
But yeah,
scarf looked different.
well, he's got Aizawa's scarf.
Oh, that's right.
He's using the same type of item.
And during the trailer, we had a shot of Toga, and she was holding blood. Was that
Mm-hmm.
twice his blood?
See, that's still my question, right? Because I proposed that earlier.
Yes, you did.
So is she going to become the new Twice? Because she could have had access to his blood. She was by his body.
But since he's dead now, she has a limited supply of it.
We don't know how many vials she got.
Hmm.
But even if she did get one, well, I guess we don't know how long it lasts for her, especially considering what Twice's quirk would allow her to do, potentially.
Yes.
I don't know if that speeds up the time limit on it or not.
Oh, and this one little detail that I kind of liked when All Might was shaking the marker before using it, and I'm just like, even though that was just a minor detail that added just a little bit of realism to the scene.
Of like him being nervous about it.
No. Because I took it to be like, oh, this is a bad marker. I'm going to give it a few shakes so it can write better.
Oh, that's. I thought you when you said shaking, I thought you meant like his hand was shaking. I didn't even pay attention to him like shaking the marker.
See, that's how little of a detail it was.
I mean, you hope it works, and then you're like, well, shit. Does anybody have a marker in this room? It's gonna be real embarrassing if I gotta ask them. Another marker for the whiteboard. Someone get the intern in here. Quick, call Captain Eraserhead. This marker won't be erased.
Ah. I'm looking forward to the next episode to see how the villains are preparing on their side.
I am curious because this is technically what our first actual sight of what they're doing, right?
Yes.
Like we had like a tiny little. No, that was in memories though. We haven't really seen much. It's only been like minor little scenes of like Shiggy getting back to the cave, and that's about it. Like there's not really been much there. A
Yeah.
little bit of All for One just monologuing a little bit about how he's got all these plans,
So many plans.
all these backups and contingencies.
And will those plans be revealed on the next episode of Boku no Hero Academia? Hey, come back with us and find out.
No, none of them will be.
Why?
So like I don't know. Look, my point is like the man claims he has all these contingencies. I'm gonna want to see how this goes down to where none of those contingencies actually come into play.
Mm.
And I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. What happened to all these contingency plans? All for One. What happened? Where are they? You had all these other plans. Why is this one the one that's like the key one that fails everything?
I thought you meant they won't come back and listen to us describe the next episode.
Oh no, I'm waiting for when this happens, and I'm gonna be like, where were all your contingency plans? Like this will be the end result. This will be the end of the series, and I'll be screaming it All for One. Like, where the fuck were these contingencies you claimed you had in this episode? Where were they?
Okay, everybody. Come back and we'll see you later.
You'll see me angry later, I'm sure. Bye.